What's up, guys? It's your boy Bless on Cheers and Booze, and yet again we're back every Sunday. It's always a pleasure to be back to have a small talk with whoever is watching. You can like, subscribe, keep the conversation going in the comment. We can learn and grow together over time. Today, the topic of the day is overcoming discomfort, overcoming boredom, overcoming that painful discourse in your life that is trying to that you think is gonna last forever. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. As humans, we get to a point in life where we feel like, say, you're going through a heartbreak, you lost your job, you've been unemployed for quite a big time, and you feel like it's gonna be the case for the rest of your life. Then you're hitting a corner, depressing thoughts, negative energy. You feel like your world revolves around the dark times that are happening in your life. No, they don't. No, they don't. Trust me, I've been there. I've been in a place in my life where I feel like this was it. This was rock bottom. I've been to a point in life where I felt like, and by the way, there's nothing like rock bottom. If you in your comfort zone and you feel like this is the worst that can happen, I'm here to tell you that a lot of shit can happen. A lot of bad negative things can happen. If you don't work on yourself, you don't like try to improve day and night, they have be day and night. That's be like day each day where we keep showing up every now and then for ourselves, for whatever you're pursuing in life. So we all hit a point where you feel like you can't get past that boredom. Like when you're trying to do like something new, when you're trying to do something new, say you're trying to pursue you're trying to get into a new course, a new curriculum, and at the start it's gonna be boring. It's gonna be challenging, so challenging. You're gonna feel like giving up because there's something your brain is used to. Your brain is wired to things that give you pleasure, that dopamine. But your brain is also wired to do extraordinary things. And that's the thing most people don't know. Like we are capable of a lot more than we can imagine. We're capable of a lot more. We can achieve a lot more than we can imagine. But this can only happen if you're willing to push yourself. No one's going to push you. If you're willing to push yourself past that boredom, past that discomfort, past that loneliness, past that rejection you're facing in life. Everyone is facing their own challenges. I could be unemployed and someone is employed but is facing their own challenges. Depression, whatever. Everyone is facing a challenge. You're not special. No one is. As men, we're going through the same challenges. Just that it's the same hell, just different devils. I got that great quote from great. I was reading a novel back then. We were all in the same hell. It's just the different demons that are trying to hold us back every now and then. So the hustle is the same. The hustle is the same. But whatever you're going through, it doesn't have to define you. Whatever you're going through, it doesn't have to define you. But you have to acknowledge. You have to acknowledge that whatever you're going through, you have to go through it by yourself. That's only you're gonna be. That's only you're gonna make it out. Because if you keep relying on, if you keep relying on help from people, perfectly fine. We all get help from certain people, but you have to get to a point where you're doing 80% of the things in your life by yourself. You're pushing yourself. The, the rest of the people can come in and help 20%, but the most of the things, the biggest output that's happening in your life, it has to be you, and it can never happen if you don't have the courage, if you don't have the dedication, the zeal to push yourself. Because things that are killing us as youth or men today in our 20s, majorly in our 20s, comfort, too much comfort, too much vices, and to overcome all these things, we have to go through a phase of boredom. We have to go through a phase of loneliness. We have to go through a phase of rejection. That's only you're gonna overcome these other things. Because if you're in a comfort position, only you're gonna go through that comfortable position in life. You have to go through a shit ton of discomfort to get to the other side. And that's That's the thing that people, that's the process that everyone is trying to avoid. Everyone's trying to avoid the process. Each one of us is trying to avoid because it sucks. It's boring. We have to sit and read a novel over and over and over again because you didn't understand the message in the novel the first time. So you have to keep redoing it every now and then, keep redoing it till you master what the lesson was, what the teaching was. Because at the end of the day, the people that get past that loneliness, that boredom, that rejection, if you're trying to start a business, pursue a business, we're gonna fail a couple times. It doesn't matter the business you're doing, the business you're handling, whatever you're pursuing. Everyone gets up to a point in life where they have to go through a shit ton of failure, a shit ton of rejection, but it's all a test. It's all a test. It's all a test of how dedicated are you, how committed are you. Do you really want to achieve? Do you really want to be a success in that business you're trying to pursue? It all goes down to that. And only you can answer those questions for yourself. Only you can answer those questions for yourself. The earlier the better. You can start now. Overcoming that, whatever it is. But the major key point for today is that no one is special. We tend to feel like, my problems are the biggest, my problems are the deepest, my story is the deepest. People have gone through much more worse than you have been through, and they have made it through that process, that boredom, that loneliness, that rejection, that pain. But to go through the process comes a shit ton of discomfort, shit ton of pain, shit ton of sucking up a lot of things you don't want to suck up. But there's a quote from Chris Brown's song: "The grass is not green on the other side. The grass is greener on the other side." If you elevate your life, if you change who you are, if you change who you are, you're gonna attract a different energy. If you change who you are, you're gonna attract a different energy, different friends, different career paths. If you change who you are, you're gonna find yourself doing certain things that you weren't doing in the past. So it starts with you pushing yourself, because no one is gonna push you. We're at a certain point in life, certain age in life, where it's actually funny to be pushed to do something. No one should be willing to push you, and if they're still pushing you to do things, that's like a justification that you really don't want to do the thing yourself. You have to be willing to push yourself to learn different things every now and then, to read that book even when it's bored, even when you have like a better option of like doing something like more pleasureful. You have to start chasing purpose, because that's the only way you're gonna make it to the other side. And it's very possible. I've seen a lot of guys achieve huge successes at a very young age, because they were committed, they were dedicated, and they're running huge businesses in the country right now. It's never too late to start. But may but the major key is to start with it's everything starts with yourself. You have to change who you are, change your mindset. That's only you're gonna make it to the other side. I'm going through my phase. I have to push myself, go through my process. I push myself. Like I'm telling you to push yourself because it's very possible. I've seen things happen. Things are starting to happen. But they only happen if you're willing to put in the work. Nothing's gonna happen. Spending spending all day at church is not gonna do shit for you, man. We all go to church. Most people go to church, but spending the day at church is not gonna do shit for you. You gotta go to church, then you gotta leave church, then come into the field like every one of us is. You have to come where the money is made. Because the biggest issues men are facing are financial problems. Nothing like anxiety, depression. All those things are connected to money. Anyway, that is it for today. And just you must be willing to overcome that boredom, desire, lust, those pleasureful actions every now and then. That's only you're gonna get to the other side of all this. It's very possible. I've seen people achieve big things, friends, family, because they dedicated themselves for 3, 4, 5 years, and they made it out the other side. And that's it for today. You can like, subscribe, keep the conversation going. Cheers and booze.